Today, I've got a keyboard that I think will appeal to the masses. Introducing the M1W SP from MonsGeek, a brand renowned for their top-notch premium keyboards. The M1W is a wireless upgrade to their hugely popular M1, now featuring side-printed keycaps. Stick around to see if this might just be your next keyboard. Before we get into it, I do want to point out that this video was sponsored by Akko, who provided the M1W for review. However, rest assured that all opinions you hear today are unbiased on my own. Let's get into it. Before we dive any deeper, let's take a quick look at the unboxing experience. From the get-go, it's classic MonsGeek, a minimalist outer sleeve paired with a sleek inner box. Inside the box, there's a layer of foam protecting the contents, a thoughtful touch from MonsGeek. The first thing you'll see is a layer of tape, perfect for those who might just want to apply that mod. This is followed by the keyboard itself, protected by a plastic dust cover and a foam sleeve, finally with the user manual underneath. Taking a look at this huge accessory box, you get a rubberized coiled cable. I'm not sure if it's a coincidence or it is actually color matched to your board. You then receive a branded keycap as well as switch puller. Next up, there's a variety of Ziploc bags filled with accessories. Let's quickly run through what's inside. You get a bag of spare switches, Teflon pads for the force brake mod, screw-in stabilizers with their accompanying screws, some spare silicone gaskets, and the 2.4 GHz wireless receiver. As someone who's unboxed a lot of keyboards, I mean it when I say it really doesn't get much better than this in terms of accessories and the unboxing experience. MonsGeek really go above and beyond for providing everything you might need for customizing your keyboard. And the fact that they include 5 switches over the standard 2 or 3 really shows their commitment to their end user. If I had to nitpick, the only thing I could really come up with is the fact that the wireless receiver doesn't have its own internal slot, which could potentially lead to misplacement. Other than that, solid 9.5 out of 10 for the unboxing experience. Major kudos to MonsGeek. Okay, I'm going to quickly go over some of the main specs and features before I get into my own thoughts. The MonsGeek M1W SP comes in at $138. The board features a 75% layout with 82 keys total, available in both ISO and ANSI layouts. The M1W is equipped with tri-mode connectivity, meaning you can connect via Bluetooth 5.0, 2.4 GHz dongle, or wired USB-C. It also features a whopping 6000 mAh battery. Okay, let's get into my own thoughts on this keyboard, starting with the aesthetics. I can see this keyboard fitting perfectly into a wide range of desk setups, from wooden themes to sleek black and even minimalist white for contrast. The case color, combined with the dark gradient keycaps, creates a seriously sleek and stealthy look that I'm sure will win many hearts. The M1W features an exploded 75% layout, so you're getting that space in between the arrow and navigation keys and the rest of the board, a feature I'm particularly fond of. If the dark theme isn't your style, the board is also available in moonlight white and lilac purple. I would have liked to have seen a lighter white or silver variant here, as I think this would have unlocked another group of buyers. Being constructed from aluminium, this is one of the heaviest keyboards I've used, coming in at about 1.85 kilograms. The aluminium finish resembles a powder coating, giving it that sandy, textured appearance. It not only looks fantastic, but also feels incredibly premium. The M1W is rocking a gasket mount system, so there's a respectable amount of bounce to the keystroke. The gaskets are silicone as opposed to foam, so the typing experience is somewhere between firm and soft in the middle. Okay, let's flip the board over and take a look at what's going on the other side. The minimalism continues under here with a long rubber pad in each corner for grip on your desk. Other than that, there's a small information sticker and MonsGeek engraving followed by 6 screws for disassembly. Once again, not a whole lot going on the edges. You're getting a completely clean edge apart from the USB-C port positioned all the way over to the left. Just a heads up, the port is recessed into the board, so if you're using a particularly bulky cable or one with a right angle, for example, you might have some compatibility issues. In such cases, you can always use the included cable. Moving back up to the surface of the keyboard, let's have a chat about what's going on up here. Firstly, you might have noticed the absence of any toggles or cutouts in the case. This is because the wireless receiver is provided separately. More notably though, there's a toggle beneath the caps lock key for switching between connection modes. While this placement might seem awkward for accessibility, and it definitely is, you can also achieve this through keyboard shortcuts. In the top right corner, you'll find a multifunction knob, perfectly matching the color and finish of the case. I have absolutely no complaints about it. The first function of the knob is media control, so you can have quick access to toggling mute as well as incrementing your volume up or down courtesy of the tactile bumps. If you hold down the knob, the function changes to control the backlighting, modes as well as brightness. I do have one minor issue to mention. I'm not sure if it's specific to my unit or a general occurrence, but I noticed the alignment of the keys is slightly off. It's not a major problem, but it's particularly noticeable on the delete and navigation keys. Okay, the elephant in the room are these keycaps up top, so let's talk about them. They're double shot PBT in the OEM profile, with perhaps the most notable feature being their side printing, which accommodates the minimalistic aesthetic MonsGeek have been implementing throughout. The rough speckled finish I mentioned on the case is also present on the keycaps. Moving a layer deeper, the M1W is rocking Akko's Piano Pros, which are a fan favorite switch. They're a factory lubed 5-pin linear switch that require an operating force of about 45 grams, making them a pretty light switch for the avid typists. They feel like they bottom out really quick, which might be desirable to some, but personally it wasn't quite my taste. Keep in mind that this is completely personal preference. That being said, they do feel notably better than any office or gaming keyboard you would have tried, especially if this is your entry point into the custom keyboard world. The M1W features a clacky sound signature in my opinion. I'm not sure if it's due to the internal configuration or another factor, but I found the sound profile to be quite flat and muted. The plate-mounted stabilizers performed exceptionally well to the point where I didn't even want to install the clip-in stabs. I was that satisfied. For review purposes, of course I did install them, and yeah, they're not very good. There's a lot of ticking and rattling, so if you want to get the most out of them, you'll definitely have to tune them yourself. Now, unlike the regular M1, the M1W SP is not VIA programmable. It is, however, covered by MonsGeek's cloud driver software. The usability of the software is up for debate, but functionally it allows you to remap keys, create macros, and adjust lighting. And the coolest of all, you can share and download other people's presets for the aforementioned features. The M1W is equipped with a 6000 mAh battery, which I was really impressed by. MonsGeek claims an impressive battery life of up to 150 days on a full charge without RGB usage, or 8 days with full RGB lighting. These are estimates based on an average of 4 hours daily usage. Speaking of, the keyboard features per key RGB with 20 preset modes that you can cycle through. Given the south-facing LEDs and side-printed keycaps, I thought the backlighting was actually remarkably dim. You also get N-key rollover with this keyboard, which is one of those must-have features for gaming. On the topic of gaming capability, the M1W also features a 1000Hz polling rate, or 1 millisecond response time, making it super usable in this realm. It's important to note that this applies specifically in wired modes. If you're in wireless modes, it will be considerably less. Okay, let's quickly tear down the board so I can showcase what's inside. There's 6 screws on the back for this assembly. Make sure to remove these 2 connectors at the back before proceeding. There's 6 more screws on the back of the PCB that set everything free. The M1W SP features a polycarbonate plate with a sparing number of flex cuts. It features plate-mounted stabilizers as mentioned and comes equipped with these silicone sock gaskets. For foams, the board comes with a layer of pour-on foam followed by an IXP switch pad. Moving on, the M1W features a 5-pin hot swappable south-facing non-flex cut PCB. As mentioned, you do have support for screw-in stabilizers, which I will be providing a sound test for. Finally, you get a layer of pour-on case foam and a VHB insulation layer. As always, it's time to play the sound test before I leave you with my closing remarks and recommendations. Now, as this keyboard is available bare bones and I wasn't completely satisfied with the stock sound profile, I did want to include a sound test with a configuration that's a little bit closer to what I would choose. Take a listen. So yeah, with just a different set of keycaps and switches, the sound profile of the M1W completely transforms. Wrapping it up, the MonsGeek M1W SP offers an impressive array of features and build quality that make it a standout option in the custom keyboard market. While it excels in areas such as packaging, aesthetics, and versatility, some users may find the dim backlight and specific switch preference to be minor drawbacks. However, for those seeking a premium typing experience with customizable features and long-lasting battery life, the M1W SP is certainly worth considering. If, like me, the stock typing experience doesn't quite satisfy you, the bare bones kit is another really solid option. Whether you're a seasoned enthusiast or diving into the custom keyboard world for the first time, this keyboard offers something for everyone. That concludes this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, consider subscribing and leaving a like because your support is greatly appreciated.